What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we've got a very exciting Johan Cruyff inspired tactic. Do stick around to see how it plans out. Please leave a like on the video, be sure to drop a comment below on what you think of the tactic, and lastly do subscribe to the channel. But let's get into it. So, Johan Cruyff, we all know who he is, a fantastic player, a fantastic manager, and I've been asked on my last video to try and make a tactic with a bit of inspiration from him. Now, Johan Cruyff was known for playing the 3-4-3 diamond, or just a 3-4-3. Basically, he was a manager who once said, and I've got this quote here, "I much prefer to win 5-4 than 1-0. He was all about the goals. He thought having 4 at the back was a waste of an outfield player, a striker. And a lot of teams back then in the 80s, 90s liked to play the 4-4-2, and he figured that the 3-4-3 was a way to counter it. So it's a very attacking formation. It's very, very based around attacking parts of the game, and to be honest, it is exciting. You will concede goals in this formation, but trust me, you definitely score goals. So it's one of them ones really, but honestly, it's really good. I done a lot of research into this, and I built the best tactic I can replicate to the 3-4-3 diamond, and it planned out and played very well. Now, the teams I tested it with were the two of his main teams, obviously Ajax and Barcelona. Now, I know in my last episode I did get a request saying, can I do, like, make sure I include a smaller team and things like this and that, and I will do when it's my personal tactic, but because this is a bit, bit of Johan Cruyff, a bit of inspiration, I feel it's natural to do it with the teams that he did manage, so we can sort of, try and replicate some of the success he had. But let's get into it anyway. So, the first test we done was with Ajax. I'm on the finance screen now, just so we don't spoil anything. But the first season, I mean, we went in, we won the league quite comfortably as well, and also we won the Becker Trophy and the Cruyff Shield, which is good because obviously, it's his formation, so be a bit of a misjustice, right? But this is the bit which I'm most happy about. 118 goals. 118 goals in the season, the best for that, and also we were the best at we didn't concede hardly any goals either, which is very, very strange. Now, when I break down the tactic, I will do a bit of explaining on how this tactic, although can concede goals, is also decent at defending. You're not going to keep loads of clean sheets, but the way I've set up the players really is good. But no, a fantastic season there. I mean, obviously, as got pointed out in my last video, Ajax are favourites to win, but I'm just going to strictly say it again. I'm doing it with Ajax and Barcelona because they are the two teams which obviously he's famous for managing. So, Dusan Tadic there with top goal scorer with 30 goals. If we look at the squad, we're just going to quickly go through the goals, to be honest, because we've got Dusan Tadic on 30. We've got Davy Klaassen, sorry, who's actually an attacking playmaker with 26 goals, 18 from Haller, 26 from Bergwijn, Daramai with 13, Gravenberch there with 10, and Anthony with 17. So, I mean, this formation is goals, 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 goals. It really is, and it's wonderful to see. If you're a manager that loves to play attacking, expansive football, then this is the one for you. But let's go into the data hub and the analytics, and let's see exactly how this formation played out. So, we're into the data hub. We've got 5 things I want to talk about. So the first one is team attacking. This is the key part of this formation. Goals per game 3.47, expected 3.27. That is an insane amount of goals to be expected in a game. Over 3 is absolutely sensational. Shots per game is quite high as well. The shots on target ratio, as always, I rarely have it on work in the box, so that is why it is quite low. The dribbles per game at 14.9. Cross completion, not the best. Pass completion, quite high, getting on for the 90s, and the fouls there. But these are the 2 key stats. With this formation, I let the attacking players, in reason, do what they want. I let them be, a bit more expressive and things like that. And I did watch a couple of these games, as in actually going in and watching the simulation, and honestly, it was wonderful to see. They were just so good going forward. It was incredible. It really was. Moving on to defending, and this bit actually surprised me. We actually only expect to concede 0.8 goals a game, which is very surprising considering we've got 3 at the back. We do obviously have quite a stacked midfield, but to be honest, having 3 at the back and conceding less than a goal a game is simply amazing, to be honest. I mean, very few formations can guarantee that. So very happy. A decent tackle win ratio there as well. Interceptions quite good per game. Quite a lot of clearances as well. And the fouls will remain high because I do tell them to get stuck in. That is just sort of the person I am. I always want my players get stuck in. Now if we look at the pass map here, so you can see here, making a total of 673 passes. A lot of the passes are actually dictated through like, well, the sort of midfield area going forward, but we do have players dropping back as well. So I mean, to be honest, this formation is like, there is a lot of passing to it, but it's more sort of, it's so fast paced. It's not sort of like a traditional modern day like Pep style where like it's just ticky tacky, you know, and slow build up. This is very attacking, trying to get the goals, because obviously, you know, the man wants his goals, and this is the best tactic I've come up with to try and replicate his success. Moving on to the passes attempted now, we can actually see that most of the passes attempted are actually in this midfield area, which makes perfect sense because we've got 4 centre mids in there, or 4 midfielders in there, should I say, and that's majority of where the play should be distributed through. Moving on to the scoring, just a little, I wanted to get this in here. So we're actually top of the charts for the high scoring and aggressive shooting. We scored more goals than the average team, and we managed more shots than the average as well. So I mean, that's exactly what I want to see from this formation and this tactic at the end of the day. I've done my best to replicate it, and obviously the man said he'd rather win 5-4 than win 1-0, and that says his mindset, right? He's a manager that prefers the goals. He's not too fussed on the defending aspect. But granted, in this tactic, I've actually seemed to have not mastered it by any means, but definitely progressed with developing that defensive side of the game. If we go into the schedule now, we'll have a quick look at some of the results, because there were a few thumpings in here. We'll go over some highlights. So we've got a 7-2 there against PSV, obviously the second best team in the league there. A 4-0 there, a 6-2, a 5-0, a 5-3. We're getting a few of these games now that are, like, you know, reminding me of the 5-4 he was talking about. We've got a 5-1, a 4-0, a 6-1, a 5-2, an 8-0, obviously against a weak team there, a 9-1. A lot of goals are going in. 8-0, 7-1, 6-1 against Feyenoord, a very decent team. 6-0 there, 3-1 against PSV. What else have we got? A 4-1, a 5-0. Overall, a very, very dominant season. And yeah, we did lose the odd game here and there, and we do concede goals. But it's all about getting as many goals as you can with this tactic. But let's hop over now into the Barcelona save that I've done and the test that I've done. And then we're going to break down the tactic. And this save actually went even better. We scored more goals. Obviously, we had a better team, to be honest, a better quality, but it is a tougher league to win. 124 goals scored, which is absolutely mental. Only 29 conceded as well. And we actually end up winning the BBVA, or the Santander. We also won the Copa del Rey and the Super Copa as well. So, I mean, overall, a fantastic treble winning season in the first season. Just to clarify, no signings were made at all. I never sign people on these, and I think that's only fair, because otherwise if I go and sign like Sesko, Ademi, everyone, then, you know, goals are going to be pinging in from every angle. But I kept it as it was, and we just about scraped the league, should I say, but, you know, not too much in it, but overall the goal difference was mental. Exactly what I was looking for. We go into the squad now. We'll filter it by goals again. We've got Memphis Depay on 36. We've got Fernan Torres on 27. Griezmann on 20. Fati on 18. Pedri on 15. Piqué on 11. Araujo on 10. He's on loan, actually, and Griezmann's on loan. I'll need to take them out. I'm boosting stats here. And then we've got Gavi on 8 and Ousmane Dembélé on 8, and a lot of other goal contributions, there as well. So overall, this tactic, you can see, right, a lot of the players, they get involved. It's not just one person getting the goal. A lot of the forward players are getting tons of goals a season, and that's exactly what they should be doing. I give them the attack and reign to pretty much do what they want. You know, there's no leash on them, that they can sort of, you know, do what they want, go out and get goals, because that is what this tactic is all about. Now, if we have a quick look into the data hub, I've instantly, if I can find it, here we go. I've got these ready. I've got rid of one because it's not too important. We want to go over the team attacking, defending, passes attempted, and the scoring. So if we go over the team attacking first. So, slightly less than the Ajax, I believe. But still, over 3 goals a game expected, which, again, I knew I would. Oh, sorry. I knew I would replicate with this team because they have got a very decent team. To be honest with you, goals per game we actually got 3.26. Pass completion getting on for 90 there. Cross completion slightly higher on this one, but to be honest, the cross completion isn't too. It doesn't worry me too much because we're not really a team which focuses on getting the ball in 24/7. So it's not the end of the world. Dribbles per game quite high there as well, and we go on to the defending. Hopefully. We've kept it actually lower, 0.77. Obviously, this team do have better centre halves than what Ajax do, so it probably could be a part of the reason why. But we've got 0.77 goals, so under a goal a game that we expect to concede. So we expect to score 3 and concede none. Now that tells me one thing. 3 points in the bag. Lovely to see. Tackle win ratio is very high as well at 80. There are slightly less fouls there, I think, actually, but still a decent amount of fouls, but I'm not completely against that because, as I say, I do tell my players to get stuck in. Clearances per game reasonably decent as well. But overall, when you got a tactic that is, you know, not guaranteed, but it's expected to score 3 goals a game and concede 0, not much to hate, right? Not much to hate. Passes attempted, so again, this midfield area always going to be dominant in this because we've got 4 players there. That should be where majority of the passes are being made. It would be quite worrying if they were in the back or up top, to be honest. So this midfield area is where majority of I'd say the engine. That's the engine of the team. That is the engine of the team where majority of the passes are made. You know, it's just. That's the best way to describe it. The engine of the team. I like that. I like that. Going on to scoring. Same story again. High scoring, high quality shooting. We're the highest in the league. Above Real Madrid by quite a bit as well. We score more goals than the average team. And we create a greater number of good chances than the average team. So good key point there. Good chances. We're not just hitting it from anywhere. We are creating good chances. And I don't even have the ball into the box. So we probably create so many chances that we get so much happens that majority of them are actually good chances because we get so many opportunities to make them right, if that makes sense. So overall, very happy with how this has gone. If we look into the schedule quickly, then I will get into the tactic. So a quick look at the schedule. So any standouts here? We've got a 6-2 against Rangers in the friendly, couple of 3 and 4-0s, a 4-1, 3-1, 5-1, 4-0, 5-1, 7-1 against Alaves, 6-1 against Levante, 6-0 against Lille, 6-0 against Mallorca, 5-0, 4-0, 3-1. Very interesting game. That 4-1 against Real Madrid. There we go. So this is not just a formation that you can play against small teams. It does work against the big teams as well. It is about outscoring though. So please, if you use this tactic, don't expect to keep 30 clean sheets because you won't. I'm going to say that now. 3-1 there, 3-2, a 7-1 there against quite weak opposition, granted. 5-0 there against Ibiza, quite expected. 6-0 against Getafe. 6-0 against Granada, 7-2 against Bilbao. Couple of rough games here, being honest with you guys. 6-1 against Levante. Unfortunately lost in the Champions League to Liverpool, which isn't great. I would have liked to progress in that, you know. 2-0, 3-1, 3-0 and 6-0. So definitely some thumpings in there in terms of scoreline. In the Ajax save, there were probably slightly more absolute pastons in terms of goals because obviously there are a lot weaker teams. But still, in this we actually scored more goals. Let's recap that. 124 goals in one season. Absolutely mental. 29 goals conceded as well. So we've actually kept the most, you know, not clean sheet, sorry, but we've conceded the less. I mean, I don't know how that's happened with the tactic, but we will take it. But let's get into the tactic now and let's do a full breakdown. So, since it's inspired by Johan Cruyff, I think it's only fair we call it Johan Dailies. 3-4-3 diamond. I hope you like the tactic name. Obviously, you can change that. But I just thought, you know what? We'll go with it. But this is how the team lines up. So, obviously, you've got the 3 at the back here. You've then got the 4 in midfield, which is actually this 4 here. And then the front 3 is meant to be this 3. That's why it is a 3-4-3. So this little diamond shape here is the heart of this team. It really is. But we'll break it down. And then we'll go over player roles as well, because I know you guys like seeing that. So let's go into the mentality is attacking, because obviously right from the rip we want to be going for goals. We don't want to be sat back, you know, trying to just hit them on the counter. We want to get on the front foot as soon as that whistle goes. So attacking off the rip against anyone. Just try and outscore anyone. In possession, the attacking width is on fairly narrow. Pass into space is selected. Play out of defence is selected too. Nothing selected here. I very rarely have a work ball into the box. Maybe if I do like a like a Pep sort of tactic. It could be, because obviously he likes to create the perfect chance. Mixed crosses is selected as well. The directness is on standard. It's not on like too short or anything like that. Tempo is on extremely high, and Be More Expressive is on. I don't have Run at Defence on off the rip, so just Be More Expressive selected for that. In transition, we've got the counter press selected, counter, distribute quickly, and distribute to the centre backs. Because although the centre backs do play wide, I don't have it selected to the full backs, just to the centre backs, because they are wide anyway. And we've got roll it out for that, because they do come short as well. Out of possession, we have got the higher line of engagement and a higher defensive line as well. Standard width, so a bit of a tweak there to possibly what some of you might use in your usual tactics. We've got the trigger presser much more often, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and get stuck in. This is one of the things, your choice. For me, I didn't get too many red cards. I got a lot of bookings, but I didn't get too many red cards getting stuck in. And I did find that I did win the ball back quicker. It makes the game a little bit more fast-paced. But this is your choice, okay? If you think it's getting out of hand, turn it off. Simple as that. But I personally like having it on. So that is going to be sort of the actual tactics. Obviously, as I say all the time, this will be in a download link in the description. So you don't have to copy this exactly, you know, click for click. You can simply download the file and apply it. We will then go on to the actual player roles and, yeah, the player roles, basically. So, the first player we've got is obviously the goalkeeper. We've got him in the sweeper-keeper role. We'll go into a bit more detail. We've got him on the support duty. Shorter passing selected. Nothing selected here. Everything's just how it is. Nothing too positive. The reason I've got him on support is because I've never actually had a goalkeeper on attack, because I think support, I still see them sweep, and attack I think possibly could be overkill. But do let me know if you guys ever used attack on a goalkeeper and it does work, because I've never used it. But then this is where you need these two. So the reason why we have two wide centre backs is because they can then sort of cover this area here. So they can kind of act as left backs and right backs, you know, so that's why you need two. And then we've got a ball player in the middle. But I'll show you the instructions anyway. I'll show you one of the wide centre backs because they're exactly the same. But here we go. So instructions. So we've got wide centre back, defend duty on. We've got tackle harder selected, stay wider because we do want him to stay. Let's get some light on in here. Stay wider because we do need him to stay wide in the tactic. And we've got shorter passing selected. Nothing special selected here at all. But the stay wider has got to be on, guys, because they are required to obviously drift into them areas and win the ball back, because without it, you're going to have no width in the back line, and they're going to have an absolute joyride on the wings. So it's got to be selected. Moving on to the ball playing defender, we've got him on the defend duty, trigger press on balance, tackle harder for him, shorter passing. Now we've got him on dribble more because he can dribble and go up the pitch if he wants to, because he is a ball player. He can sort of dribble into like these sort of areas, you know, he can sort of just dribble the ball up near to where the ball in the midfielder is, so it's very good to have on. And he didn't really get quite out of position at all either. And I will just quickly show you this, but it is literally the same as the other guy there, so we'll just leave that as it is. Moving on then to one of the most crucial parts of the team, the ball winner midfielder role, a very important role to have. We've got him on the defend duty, there, not got him on support. Trigger press is on balanced. We've got shorter passing selected, and everything else is just how it was preset. Nothing too special about this player, but without him, you'd be absolutely done for. The amount of challenges that I saw this, whoever it is, whether, you know, it was De Jong putting in a challenge, or whether, you know, it was Gravenberch from Ajax, that player is key in the team. You need him in there. You really do. We then go on to our left-hand side midfielder, which is actually a box-to-box on the support role. Trigger press is on less often, tackle harder is selected, standard of the short pass, dribble more is selected, just so you know, as it says there, seeks to go, he dribbles basically past players and just sort of drives forward a little bit. Shoot less often is on because I'd rather him not take pop shots, if that makes sense. I'd rather him just sort of play with the ball, go up the pitch and create a chance other than hitting it from 40 yards out. So that's why I've got that selected there. Nothing else is selected for that guy. Moving on to the right hand side, which is just a central midfielder, basic on the automatic attack role, balance trigger press, dribble more selected again for the same reason as the box to box, standard pass and directness, and move into channels is selected on that player. Nothing else though. That is it for that player. Moving on to the attacking player, or the attacking midfielder, he's also on the support role. Now, this guy played a very big part in the team, because obviously he not only does sort of drop back into the midfield occasionally, but he obviously creates chances for the wingers to then create a chance for the striker, and he creates chances for the striker as well. So a very, very good player, and I recommend in your save, make sure you've got a very good player here that can pull off a pass, has got a bit of flair possibly as well. We've got the trigger press on less often, roam from position is on, standard pass and directness, dribble more is on, and take more risks. I've done nothing with the shooting. I want it just as it is. I don't want him to shoot more. I don't want him to tell him to shoot less, because I don't really want to play with any of that. So that is what you have, and also roam from position, because then you will find him in very, very unique different positions on the pitch, which ended up helping more than it did affecting. So that's, personally for me, having him on roam helped out a lot. We then go on to the right hand side, which is an inverted winger on the support role. Trigger presses on less often, tackle harder, stay wider is selected, cut inside with the ball, because as I said, although the crosses are aimed at the centre, if we do have to cross, it's not all about crossing the ball. So that is why he's on cut inside, because possibly he can also have a shot. We've got the pass and directness on standard, take more risks, and that is pretty much it for that. Moving on to the left hand side now, it is the same. We've got tackle harder on, less often on the press, stay wider, cut inside, take more risks. If there is a cross, aim it at the centre, and pass and directness is on standard as well. And these wingers, as we saw, not only got assists, they got goals, and I'm convinced a lot of that is because they did cut inside, they took pop shots, and you know, it works so well, this tactic. It took me a while to make, I'm going to be honest, probably had like 2 variations of this tactic. The first one went awful. This one was very, very good, and I'm super happy with how it turned out. Moving on to the main goal scorer of the team will be the attacking forward, or the advanced forward. I always say attacking forward. On the attack duty, less often on the press. We've got him on standard pass and directness, dribble more, shoot more often, and take more risks. This guy is the man that stays up the pitch. I don't want to see him tracking back. He's the man that takes the risks, has more shots, do it all. Just have shots at goal, because usually your striker's going to be the best finisher in the team, unless you've got an incredible winger. But trust me, guys, this tactic is definitely worth a shot. 100%. Like, I mean, to be honest, if you look at the negatives, there's not too many negatives compared to the positives at all. And if this 3 at the back worries you, trust me, it's nothing to worry about, because these wide centre-backs act as full-backs most of the time anyway. And you saw there with Ajax, we were the best for conceding goals, and for Barcelona. And whatever league you play in, if you're defensively weak, you'll concede goals. So, you know, although I tested it with 2 strong teams, which I will say again, because I know one person got very angry in the comments last video about that, I'm doing it with these teams because that is Johan Cruyff's, that's his bread and butter. Ajax, Barcelona, that's where, you know, the memories come from. So that is why I've selected this. But as always, guys, this will be available in the description. Just simply download it, apply it, test it out, and please let me know how you get on. Let me know if you decided to tweak anything, because, you know, I'm always open to criticism. I'll take it with a pinch of salt and, you know, learn from it. So I'm still learning making tactics, but for me, this tactic worked brilliantly across 2 saves, and I've played about with it, tweaked about with it, and this is the best that I've managed to get. But that is going to be it for today, guys. If you have enjoyed this tactic, you've enjoyed the breakdown, then please do leave the video a like, drop a comment below, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. We're posting videos once every 2 days now, and, you know, there's some really good content coming up, so do stick around for that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it enough, please do leave a like on the video, and please do subscribe, turn on notifications for plenty more uploads. Underneath my camera, I've personally selected a video which I really think you'll like, and also up next on the other side is a video that YouTube think you might like from my channel. So please do check them out, guys. Also, if you do want to keep in touch with me, be sure to follow my socials. I've got my Instagram and my Twitter above. I love to interact with you guys. But last but not least, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.